press conference organized by the Islamic movement in Nigeria on this date, 3rd June 2023. And the title of the press conference is Demand for the Release of Our Detained Brothers and Travel Documents of Our Revered Leader, Sheikh Ibrahim Yakubu al-Zakzaky and his wife, Hafizahullah. Good morning or good afternoon. Good morning, members of the press. I think we are still in the morning. This press conference is one of the series of press conferences by the Islamic movement in Nigeria regarding the persecution, maltreatment, and brutality of the Nigerian state against leader Sheikh Ibrahim al-Zakzaky, his family, followers across the country in the past 10 years. It is meant to remind the general public and particularly newly sworn in government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the grave human right violation against the leader of the Islamic movement in Nigeria, His Eminence Sheikh Ibrahim Yakubu al-Zakzaky, his wife or his family, and the followers by the government of Goodluck Ebele Jonathan and Muhammadu Buhari. The public may recall that on March 16, 2013, during the Jonathan regime, the operatives of the Department of State Security Services arrested our brother, Malam Haruna Abbas, at the Aminu Kano International Airport upon his return or arrival from the foreign trip. Two other brothers, Ibrahim Hussein and Adamu Suleiman, were also arrested at their respective residences. 10 years on, the three brothers have been under detention unjustly and unjustly and in violation of their fundamental human right as citizens of Nigeria. In a similar fashion, on November 18, 2015, the police arrested our brother Hassan Muhammad at his residence in Maigana town, Kaduna State, and since then, Malam Hassan has been under illegal detention. As a continuation of the state target brutality by the Jonathan regime, the Nigerian army on July 25, 2014 extrajudicially killed 34 members of the Islamic movement while on peaceful procession in commemoration of the annual International Quds Day in Zaria as a show of solidarity to the oppressed Palestinian people. Those killed by the army include 3 biological sons of our leader, Ahmad Ibrahim al-Zakzaky, Mahmoud Ibrahim al-Zakzaky, and Hamid Ibrahim al-Zakzaky. May Allah accept their shahada. It is on record that, in spite of the plea and formal complaint made, the perpetrators of this heinous crime are still not prosecuted. The public may also well recall the military assault on brothers and sisters on the Islamic movement in December 2015, leading to the massacre of over 1,000 people, which include men, women, students, children, and even so many categories of people. This uncivilized act of state brutality on the citizen was carried out under the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari as Commander-in-Chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces. The onslaught was carried out non-stop for 2 consecutive days so you may correct that one, from the 12th to 14 December 2015 across 3 locations of the 3 locations of Husseiniya Islamic Center, Darul Rahman Cemetery, and the residence of Sheikh Ibrahim al-Zakzaky, all in the ancient city of Zaria. The victims of the onslaught were also illegally buried in mass graves mass and shallow graves at Mando village in Kaduna town by the Buhari as confirmed by the Kaduna state government, by the Buhari regime, of course. This act of mass grave is reminiscent of a war crime, was also in violation of the Geneva Convention and the relevant law of Nigeria. In addition to this heinous crime, many others were illegally detained, illegally arrested and detained in unknown location. At present, there are numerous followers of Sheikh Ibrahim Zakzaky Hafizahullah in various detention facilities unknown to their family and their loved ones. It was in this illegal military regime that Sheikh Ibrahim Zakzaky and his wife Zina were arrested with multiple gunshot injuries after they were directly shot at by the military. It was as a result of the continued illegal detention of the two amidst their deteriorating health condition and the demand for justice to the victim of the Zaria massacre that instigated the daily Free Zakzaky protests in Abuja. The protests were meant to remind the then government of Muhammadu Buhari of its obligation to obey the verdict of the Federal High Court of Abuja Division, presided over by Justice Gabriel Kolawale, which ordered their unconditional release from illegal detention and award of compensation to them on the 2nd of December 2016. In spite of police brutality, the protests, which started on the 18th January 2018, continued until July 2021. It is on record that from 2018 to 2021, police and the Nigerian army killed 78 Free Zakzaky protesters, 2 journalists, and numerous passerby, that is Abuja resident in Abuja. Apart from those killed, there were 50 Free Zakzaky protesters under detention since July 2019, and their court cases have been unnecessarily delayed. The public will also recall that the medical report of Sheikh Ibrahim Zakzaky and his wife, Malama Zinat Ibrahim, submitted to the Kaduna State High Court in 2019 through their counsel, Femi Falana San, led to the favorable court judgment on the couple's medical leave to India. The court admits that the health situation of the couple requires not only qualified medical professionals, but also a state-of-the-art medical facility with up-to-date equipment. During the medical trip to India, the National Intelligence Agency and the Department of State Security Services confiscated the couple's travel document. The seizure of the passport was done illegally because medical leave granted by the Kaduna State High Court did not require the security agent to confiscate their travel document. It is obvious that the government is bending the law to pursue an unjust cause. After the judgment of the Kaduna State High Court that discharged and acquitted Sheikh Ibrahim Zakzaky and his wife on all the allegations leveled against them, the Buhari regime decided to frustrate the court's judgment and hinder the retrieval of their travel document by directing the National Intelligence Agency and Department of State Security Services to continue to hold on to the couple's travel document. Similarly, Buhari regime directed the Nigerian Immigration Service not to issue another international passport to the couple. In view of the foregoing, we therefore demand as follows. Number one, unconditional release of the trial of Malan Haruna Abbas, Malan Ibrahim Hussein, and Malan Adamu Suleiman, who have been in questionable detention since 2013. Number 2, prosecution of perpetrators of the killing of 3 biological sons of Sheikh Ibrahim Zakzaky and 31 others on July 25, 2014. Number 3, unconditional release of Malan Hassan Muhammad and other brothers being detained in various detention facilities illegally without trial. Number 4, the investigation and prosecution of the mastermind and the executors of the Zaria massacre in accordance with the provision of the Nigerian law and relevant international convention. Number 5, the unconditional release of Free Zakzaky protester Ibrahim Khalid and the 49 others who have been detained since July 2022. Since July 22nd July 2019. So finally, removal of the travel ban on Sheikh Ibrahim Zakzaky and his wife, as well as the unconditional release of their travel documents. Professor S.M.A. Gandhi for the Islamic movement under the leadership of His Eminence, Sheikh Ibrahim Yaqub al-Zakzaky, Hafizahullah. Thank you for listening.